Hello, I'm Clay Staires with session number 5 of our Team Builder. We're doing the Winning in the Workplace series, helping you kind of plow through and move through this series of growth from being a worker in your company to being a team builder, growing and expanding, getting promoted into that manager level, and eventually becoming the leader in your department, or the leader in your section, or the leader in your region, or the leader in your company, okay? So these are the things that we've been talking about in this Winning in the Workplace series. As you remember in our last session, session number 4, we talked about the importance of building a team rather than a family. And again, I want to make sure that I'm understood here. It's not wrong to build a family, okay? It's okay to build a family. It's okay to have a great family atmosphere. It's just when you think about in the long run, as we move forward, if you want to ever be in a place where you are able to leave the company and go on vacation without everything falling apart, or whether you want to leave the company for a certain amount of time so you can go build something else, it's going to be important that you build a team and not just a family. Because if you build a family, the idea there is that you are building on the backs of people, okay? Building on the backs of people. So those people need to always stay there. And if somebody leaves, oh my gosh, it's going to mess up the whole company. Or if the leader leaves, it's like everybody freaks out. So again, it's not that it's wrong, it's not that it's bad. It's just more difficult when in the future you're wanting to move forward. If you have built your company on the back, or built your division or your department on the backs of people, it's going to be much more difficult than if you have built on the backs of a process or a system that your team is able to come and run. So we'll talk more about those systems and those processes and checklists. That's all in the next level. Little teaser for you there. But that's all in the next level when we get to talking about management and how do we manage the work. Right now here in the team builder level. So we're looking at this place where I'm a worker, okay? But I want to get promoted. I want to become more valuable to the company. How come they're not giving me a promotion? How come they're not letting me move forward? It might be because you are still just doing the work rather than building and growing and making yourself more vital to the company. So let's start out right here at the top with our notes. Again, what we're talking about today is how to build trust and loyalty with coworkers. Man, again, if you don't do this at this level, this is what's so difficult. If you don't do this at this level, then when you become a manager, when you get promoted into having to manage and lead people, you will find that people don't like you. People don't want to do what you're telling them to do. Oh, he got promoted. He's no longer part of the group. He's too big for us now. Because we got stuck in the relationship mode and we never built a team. Okay? Once again, I've told you the story about 300 government managers. None of them had gone through any team building training for a season of their life. They may have read a book, or they may have done we did a ropes course thing that one day, all right? And that's cool, it's fine. But unless you go through a season of learning how to be a team builder. I was a high school coach for 15 years. And then I did 10 more years as a life coach and mentor to hundreds of different people, helping them grow, helping them move from point A to point B. So I've spent 25 years of my life learning how to be a team builder. And I want to pass these little wisdom nuggets on to you to help you discover these steps. How do I get promoted? How do I move forward? Okay, so here we are as a worker. We want to be promoted. First steps that we need to do is begin to be this team builder with our co-workers. Now, you also might be a manager in your company and you're going, how come the people won't do what I've told them to do? You might already have been promoted and you don't have this and you're frustrated because people aren't following you. So these notes and the things that we're talking about in this team building series of 8 sessions, this series will help you be equipped with the things and the tools that you need to have to help you move forward. So right here at the very beginning, man, I love this. This is great, and it's important for you to know this. Workers add what I'm calling a general value to a company. Now, here's the scoop. Owners can easily fire workers, okay? Because workers are interchangeable. They're at the lowest level of the company. They're, some people call them kind of at the bottom feeders. They're interchangeable because they're just doing the work. So even though you have a job, it's not real secure because guess who's going to be cut as soon as things get difficult? That's right, the lowest level. Owners can easily fire a worker because the value they bring to the company is very general. They can easily be replaced. Workers are interchangeable. A specific worker is not vital to the company. Now, obviously, the work is vital. You got to have the work. But the workers are interchangeable. If you're not going to do the work, bam, you're fired, get out. I'm going to get somebody else to replace you tomorrow or maybe even later on this afternoon. Okay? Even though as we're leaving, we're going, well, we'll just see how long they last without me. Well, they'll probably last just fine. They'll probably do just fine without you because you are at the worker level and you're interchangeable. So the work is vital, but not the worker. To become more valuable, you must become more vital to the company. Did you catch that? I could write it up, but I'm not, okay? To become more valuable, you got to become more vital. So how do I do this? Well, you have to grow in your capacity and your ability to, as it says here, build teams around you. If you can begin to build this trust and loyalty with your coworkers, I promise you, you will stand out of the crowd. I promise. This is how it works. This is how you get promoted quickly. Is you come in as a worker, you do great work, which we talked about at the worker level, and then you begin. Again, you have to establish yourself as a great worker first. You can't just come in and go, all right, everybody follow me. They won't, okay? They won't. You've got to prove yourself as a good star worker at the beginning. And then once you have established that, and when I'm saying established that, I'm saying you've won an award, you've been the employee of the month, you've been the best salesman for a month or two, you've done something that nobody else is doing. You've gotten some recognition for that, okay? So it's going to be important for you to reach that level. Once you've done that, now it's time. Either I'm going to get stuck in just doing that again and again and again and again and again for the next 30 years until I retire, or I'm going to begin to gather people around me and start building trust and loyalty. So that's what this team builder level is here to do for you. We want to teach you the basic skills, the basic steps, and equip you with even the language we're going to be talking a lot about today in this session, the language that you want to use to build trust and loyalty. So I want to help you recognize the need for growing and then equip you with the tools so that you can grow. Right? So that's where we're heading today. And I want to talk about, I think I've got 6 different steps for you today on how to build trust and loyalty among the coworkers that are around you. All right? And the first step here, as you can see, we want to use these steps to gain followers. Each step, now this is key, each step is going to build upon the previous step. So you can't skip. You gotta follow these steps one at a time. These steps don't all take place in one day, okay? It's gonna take some time. With some employees, you may find, with some coworkers, you may find that some of these steps take a lot longer than others, okay? So you just have to keep this in mind. You have to take the steps that we have and bring that to your co-workers and discover how quickly you can move. Because again, as we talked about, if you move too quickly, remember talking about the relationship challenge, trust? Here we have the relationship. If you create a challenge that is too much bigger than the relationship, then you will break trust. If the challenge is way out here and the relationship is in here, then you will break trust. People get upset, so you have to make sure that the challenge is just a little bit beyond the relationship, and then you build the relationship to be able to handle the challenge. That's how we build trust. We're going to talk about some specific steps on how to do that today. So here we go. Step number 1, discover their goal. That's the key thing. Number 1 here, we have to discover their goal. Okay, I got to learn how to spell it. Discover their goal. Not your goal for them, but their goal. What do they want out of life? Where do they want to be? How much money do they want to make? What kind of house do they want to live in? How many children do they want? What kind of car? What kind of lifestyle do they want to have? When they came to the company, what was their purpose in coming to the company? Is this a place where they're going to come and stay, or are they going to use this as a stepping stone to get to the next level? But you have to discover theirs. Without this clarity, you will not be able to lead these people through difficulty. All right? You'll just be able to lead. If you don't have clarity on where they want to go and get their goal, then probably what will happen, the default on this thing, is just to discover how they feel. All right? And we all know that feelings can change every single day. They can change every single hour, it seems like with some folks. So we have to move away from just feelings at this point and discover what is their goal, what is their why. You may have heard of that with Simon Sinek before. I have some things here at the bottom of the notes. It's kind of a little pictograph of his presentation. Simon Sinek, Start with the Why. Check it out on YouTube. It's like 18 minutes long. I remember it was probably 6-7 years ago when I first saw the thing, and it was like, okay, this is amazing. And what I loved about it too, concentric circles. He calls them the golden circles. I call them concentric circles because it's really not that cool. Golden circles are so much better. All right. But Simon Sinek, you have to start with where they want to go and where they want to be. Okay. And why they want to be there. So session 2, we talked quite a bit about this. You can go back to that session and look at the notes there. But we start with their why. Again, Simon Sinek, the why is in the center. The why is at the core of their reasoning, their belief, as it has here in the notes, their purpose, their cause, their beliefs. We want to focus on the why as we do this. And then we're going to get into the how. And then after that, we start talking about the what. But unfortunately, most people get stuck with the what. Here's what you're going to do. Here's what I want you to do today. Here's the work. And we get focused on the work. And we forget about the why. Okay? Now again, at the worker level, it's all about the what. All right? Get busy. Do your job. All right? Do your job, as Bill Belichick would say with the Patriots. Do your job. And you're focused on doing the job that you have for that day. But when it comes to begin to gather people around you, we have to go beyond the job and get into the heart of the matter. Get to the driver. Get to the burning thing that's inside of them. People will not buy in. I love this up in the upper right-hand corner. People will not buy into what you do. They buy into why you do it. Okay? They buy into why you do it. So you want to discover their goal so you can discover what their drivers are going to be. It's great. It's great. And I tell you guys, this is huge. But again, this is the first step. Okay? Discover their why. So discussions around the table. Around the meeting table, around the lunch table, just in passing during the day. Discussions are like, so where are you headed? What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself? Sometimes those big questions can be a little overwhelming for folks. So you have to take it a little step at a time. These are great times to ask these types of questions, or when people are feeling a little pressure, a little bit of stress, Man, I'm just overwhelmed, stressed. Can't believe they're expecting me to do this. Well, I just got a quick question. Why are you doing all of this? What is the purpose? If you are successful here in this company, what do you hope that it will help you accomplish? Where are you wanting to go? Have you talked with your spouse about this? What are you wanting to provide for your kids? And again, if asking them those questions is kind of a little intimidating at the beginning, here it is. Start with you. Tell them, this is why I'm here. I've got this goal. This is where I want to go. This is the amount of money. This is the place where I'm wanting to live. These are the things I'm wanting to achieve. That's why I'm here. I have found that this company will help me get there. How about you? These are the conversations that we begin to have to discover where their goal is. Because again, if you're not careful, you'll just spin this thing around and say, here's what I want you to do. Here's my goal for you. And when things get difficult, people will separate from you. Talk about that here in just a moment.